welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey and today we're going to be working on a few projects for my apartment. This is going to be super fun because I've had these projects on my list for a while and my goal is to just repurpose some things I have throughout my home to upcycle them and also bring them more into my current design style. I think this is gonna be a super fun video and I'm gonna bring you along all the way, so thanks for being here, and if you're new, please consider subscribing or liking this video. I so appreciate it. Jumping right into it, if you want to see any of the specific projects, feel free to jump down below in the timeline and I'll have them listed with timestamps so you can go to the exact project that you are most interested in on the tutorial, because maybe you want to do the same project or just see how I did my own spin on it. The first one is focusing on a large canvas print that we have and repurposing it. I'm going to be doing a sort of Limewash meets plaster approach. I know those are very popular, trendy aspects going on right now in design styles, and a lot of people are making them with their own canvases. So I wanted to kind of pair the two and take a piece that was from Target that we've had for years and make it into something new that could fit into our new color palette coming to our bedroom. That's gonna be super fun. I'm gonna share all the details there. The next one we'll be jumping into is my fireplace mantle. In our apartment, I had this vision of having a fireplace right between these two giant windows we have, and of course I can't put a real fireplace in. We are renting and that just wouldn't be practical or realistic at all. So we have just a mantelpiece. This is one that I found on Facebook Marketplace for like $25. I had been looking for so long. Recommend looking on there, finding a mantelpiece and making it more into a fireplace look. We're going to be repainting the back and hopefully finding some tile slabs or some sort of slabs that can go along the bottom of it to give it more of that base approach, and then we'll style it a little bit as well to make it seem a little bit more homey. Let's just go ahead and hit the road. We've got some supplies to pick up. I've ordered some on Amazon, but some we just have to get in person. So let's do some errands.
I'm falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. Go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool. I did what I was supposed to. There's nothing left for me to do. So now I'm walking out my head through open windows. Cause that's what I feel like.
So we have the paint rollers. I got this mini set from Amazon, and the primer is just general leftover primer I had from another project. From Home Depot, I got these foam brushes. I got some masking tape, got some paint. This is the color, it's Bare Pure Earth. Seen a little bit how that looks on it. And I got some reusable gloves, or not reusable, single-use latex gloves. And then a couple of things I had around the house that I'm gonna be using are this spackling. I've had this for a while, there's still a lot in it and it should be good for a long time. It also came with one of these. And then I have two brushes. This one is a softer brush. It's a little bit rough from past projects. And then this one is extremely dry. So it's like you can't even move it, but I think it might be kind of fun to add some texture with. We're also gonna be using baking soda, and I'm gonna find a container to mix this all in. I'm gonna go ahead and get started and we'll talk through along the way what I'm doing.
You can do the same thing. You want me to say something, I come up with nothing. Maybe we can talk until we figure.
Okay, it is now slightly sanded. It is printed on a canvas, so you can't sand it too much, but I kind of think that helps with some of these bumps that's in it. And next, I'm gonna go ahead and just prime it. I only have one liner for my paint roller set, so I think I'm just gonna put it in here and put it on there. Definitely could use some paint thinner because I've had that primer for years. No going back.
Been so long in my head, caught up in my feelings.
super fun because the original did have some of that texture in it, the texture I tried to sand away. But it's kind of fun to see it come out now with just a fresh white coating. There's some that you can still see a little bit of that blue, but we will be going over this again, so I don't need to worry about it too much. And plus, we'll be doing some plastering on it, so that will add some more of that texture and help cover up any blemishes there. But I'm excited about this. After the primer is all set and ready on the canvas, we are ready to move into lime washing. I've decided to go ahead and mask off the canvas, well, the canvas frame, just so that I can protect that and make sure it stays cleaned because I don't know how messy I am going to get. I begin by mixing my paint into a cup and I put a little bit of baking soda in there. I'm then using my soft brush to go in and just make these marks across the board. I'm really just making this up as I go, testing out different trials, and the whole point is to make this an abstract, neutral work of art, so I think it's fun to mix around and play with whatever I can. I'm then going in with my roller. I did the same thing where I put that paint and baking soda mixture into the roller tray, and I'm just going out throughout the whole painting and rolling it on. I am going also back and forth with that soft brush as well to add in some texture and make sure that it stays a texturized canvas painting and also has some depth in it as well. I'm then mixing it more along the way. I mean, I just am really playing around. I forgot how fun it is to mix and just mess around with art supplies. I also am trying with baking soda on the canvas to add it a little bit more of a texturized look and add a little bit of that grittiness onto the piece. This is really fun because I'm just going back and forth adding more layers to make some areas darker and keeping some areas lighter. I am really thankful I did that first primer coat because otherwise we would be in trouble with all those blues and greens that were on the original painting. I'm then using a glove to just go in and add some plaster. The plaster I have is a kind that's a little bit crumbly and it just kind of goes on interestingly. So I'm just applying it with a glove and then I'm going back in with my soft paintbrush and going over the top of that with a little bit of paint and making sure it's just sticking on and continuing to add that texture. It will be a little bit until we see the plaster really come through because it's just going to need some time to dry as well. Lastly, I'm going in with a foam brush and making sure all the edges are seamless. It's a little bit of a crack there between the frame and making sure that there is no pre-color on the sides. And then I am already loving how it turned out.
You want me to say something? I come up with nothing. Maybe we can talk until we figure out a topic. Been so long in my head, caught up in my feelings. I've been waiting for something new to happen. You want me to say something? I come up with nothing. Maybe we should talk until we figure out a topic. Been so long without it, caught up in my feelings. I've been waiting for something new to happen. And when it happens, we'll be dancing on the lawn when it happens. When it happens, we'll be dancing on the lawn when it happens. When it happens, we'll be
For the fireplace mantle, I'm going in and masking off a little bit of the areas that I probably shouldn't get paint on, mostly just those white areas, and then I need to go in and wipe it down. When I bought this, I believe the mantle was kept outside on a porch, and so it really needs to be cleaned off, and I'm just going in and spraying it down. Next, I'm going ahead and prepping the paint. I'm using a black color by Behr, and it is honestly really beautiful. The color is a off-Broadway color, and it's the Dynasty Marquee. set, and it's super nice to apply, and honestly I'm already seeing a great change. I went in with the roller to make those adjustments, and then I'm going back in with one of the foam brushes to get more of those smaller detailed spots. Next, I'm going in for a second coat to really get that dark black look across and making sure that it appears seamless. This coat is matte as well. Next, I decided that I just wanted to touch up the mantle a little bit. I'm going in with my primer white and adding some touching pieces to it. Next, I'm applying the stone tile pieces that I purchased at Home Depot. All I needed were 4 of these, and I believe the total for these came out to like $17, which was great. And next, I'm just going in and adding the mantelpiece. I am so excited to see how this looks. Once that is all centered and ready to go, I'm ready to share the reveal. All we need to do is style it. I'm using a few candlesticks, I'm using a vintage painting, and voila.
We'll be dancing on the lawn when it happens. When it happens. We'll be dancing on the lawn when it happens.
And that's a wrap on this video. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking along. I hope you enjoyed seeing these 3 different projects. They were a lot of fun for me to create and make and just work on. So I really appreciate you viewing them and sticking around. If you are interested, consider subscribing down below. I would love to have you here. I make a lot of videos around just design in general, whether that be interior or graphic design, or a little bit about my life of being a graphic designer. If you are interested, stick around. I would love to have you, and hopefully more home content will be coming to you soon.